Superheroes have to date, right? I mean, if you think about it for a moment, superheroes need to date at some point to have a love life, and it would make sense that they would want to date each other. It's like celebrities who date each other. They both understand what they're going through and they can work together through common goals. Well, for about 11 issues of World's Finest, it was implied that Dick Grayson and Kara Zor-El, so Robin and Supergirl, tried to date one time. But it was so bad, so terrible, that they were permanently mad at each other every time they showed up. Well, for issue 12, we finally get a flashback of that big date, how it actually went and why they're so angry at each other. The entire World's Finest line of comics is just a classic story featuring Superman and Batman teaming up in the past, and I personally love it. The story where Batman, Superman, and Green Lantern fused into one is in this timeline. I'll link that story down below. But anyway, this is Comicstorian. We take comic books and create complete stories, which are audio dramas featuring 2 to 3 issues typically. And we make full stories out of those audio dramas, which are the entire runs of comic books. The purpose of this is to allow you to keep up with your favorite comic books and know what to add to your collection at your local comic book store or digital retailer. So let's get into World's Finest, issue 11. As Batman finishes a patrol for the night, he returns to the Batcave and notices Robin sitting there, drawing something on his tablet. Batman asks how the big date went, and after not getting an answer right away, he asks again, and Robin tells him that it went. Batman asks if it was that bad, so Robin tells him that after all of those years of training, Batman forgot to teach him how to be a charming playboy. Batman then looks at what Robin is drawing, asking him what is it, and Robin says that he's thinking of calling himself Dark Eagle or something. Batman sighs. You're not changing your identity over one bad date. Robin yells that it was a bad date with Supergirl. Meanwhile, over at the Fortress of Solitude, Supergirl finds herself in a rather similar situation when Superman asks her how her date went. She sighs, stating that he seemed kinda special at first. It was her and Black Lightning taking out a man-bat roost when she saw Robin get snatched up and taken into the air. She figured that she'd have about 8 seconds to catch and save him, because why would anyone without superpowers be helping? Sure enough, Robin ended up saving himself. She didn't know a human being could even do that, so of course she asked him out. And as the day came, she spent most of her morning trying to figure out what to wear. Robin himself was already at the restaurant in costume. So after having to change back and walk in with everyone staring, she was already feeling a bit out of place. Robin called her out and made more of a scene, so she quickly took her seat asking why he's still dressed up as Robin, and he said it's because of his secret identity. Once the bit of awkwardness passed, Robin opened up the menu and began reading, telling her that this is fancier than he thought it would be. And while Supergirl said that they can split the check, Robin told her it's okay. He's just used to living off BLTs and corn chips, but he'll pay. She knows who he is. Money's not really a problem. But then he catches himself. I'm sorry, that came out braggy. Just forget I said, and she tells him it's okay. He's just thinking about this too much. And there's an easy fix for that. He could concentrate on someone else. He went back to telling another story about how he single-handedly took out Two-Face and his goons. But Supergirl tells him it's okay, he doesn't have to convince her how good he is. Robin says, you know what? Enough about me. How about you share a story? So she explains that kryptonite is a fascinating topic and that there's so many different kinds. She goes on listing the dozens of kryptonites and their effects, with Robin looking around, telling her that the food is sure taking a while. She stops. Excuse me? He turns back. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. It's just, I'm so hungry. Aren't you? She says that she doesn't really get hungry. So how about they just change topics again? How did he choose this life? Robin then changes gears, talking about his childhood and how his parents were acrobats. How things were going well and, well, until they were murdered. She almost chokes on her water and begins looking around, stating that their food is sure taking a while. The day after at the gym, Robin's lifting weights, telling Batman, and she acted like it was nothing after saying my parents are murdered. Batman stops him. There's something you need to consider. Supergirl's parents also died along with her extended family, all of her friends, and about 9 billion strangers. Over at the fortress, Supergirl is feeding the animals, stating that it sounded like he was more happy to just talk about himself. She thought maybe she could have just brought him a mirror. Superman tells her that Robin is human, and humans deal with fears and vulnerabilities that neither of them can imagine. But enough about that, what happened next? So she continues the story from her perspective. While she's sitting there dealing with an issue with the waiter about their food, Robin begins hearing someone calling for their dog. As it turned out, it wasn't a dog at all, but it was a monkey that had escaped from his owner. The monkey jumped on the windshield of a truck that ended up crashing and then dropping its shipment of bowling balls. All of those ended up causing a bus to crash. The two quickly rushed outside, and Robin told her to check on the injured while he takes care of the avalanche. By himself, might he add. Things were going well and everything was fine until the monkey jumped up and landed directly on Robin's face. He managed to rip off the screeching thing and get it back to its owner, but then he ended up falling onto Supergirl and knocking both of them into a puddle. As things cleaned up, they returned to their dinner, which by this time was just cold. So Robin suggested that she use her heat vision to warm it up. She told him that he does not want her doing that right now. Just pay the bill so we can leave. So Robin reaches for his wallet and realizes he has no cash. He certainly can't pay with a card that has his name on it, so he's gonna run to the ATM. At this point, she's frustrated. She grabs her wallet and tells him that she's got it. Back in the present and on patrol, Batman tells Robin to just take the loss and move on. Robin says that it's easier for him to say, "Does romance ever work out for guys like us?" "Well, Hawkman's married." Robin says, "Yeah, but he had to die and be reincarnated for that." "Fine. How about Elongated Man?" "We are nothing like Ralph Digby." "You're right," Batman tells him. "Just, there is something that I do know. You can't force chemistry. Some pairs click, some don't. Take the loss and move on." So Robin sighs, looking at the Batmobile. "All right, fine. Does Talia have a sister?" And that is the infamous date. Honestly, I thought this was a fun one-off issue and helped seeing them be pissy with each other with all of the issues going around. I like the moment of the bowling balls falling out and how Robin was the one that had to go out there and stop it and save it. It's not quite as good as the Batman-Superman double date where Lois and Catwoman met, and that's still up there as one of my favorite short storylines that they did inside of one of the runs. It's in Tom King's run, and I'll link that one down below if you want. But make sure you hit like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to keep getting updates on our stuff. We make videos for about 5 days out of the week covering DC, Marvel, and other storylines. Also, if you want to support us further, check out the full story channel down below. The link is down below. Also, we have a manga channel where I talk about manga. Check us out over there.